Hey everyone, today we're exploring one of the members of the Court of Azathoth, Tulzscha the Green Flame. So today I'm going to be going in depth with another independent Great Old One, Tulzscha. Tulzscha is a bit unusual for a Great Old One because often Lovecraft would reference a being but not describe how it looked. But in this case, he described Tulzscha as this roiling green flame. And suddenly, there, spread out before me the boundless vista of an inner world, a vast, funguous shore, litten by a belching column of sick, greenish flame, and but actually didn't name him. And I was unable to discern quite where the name came from, possibly from the Call of Cthulhu game. If anyone has more information, I'd love it if you post it down in the comments. Now, Tulzscha is a member of Azathoth's court, and as such, he seems to operate in more of a support capacity than an outright bruiser or threat of his own. He gives you a few more options, helps you catch up in areas that you're behind in, and can block other players from leveraging rituals of annihilation as effectively, but combat just isn't his thing. Tulzscha is an independent Great Old One, or as I call them, an iGOO. He costs 4 power to awaken, and you must have your Great Old One at a gate you control, which is where you summon him. He has a combat value of 1, which reflects the fact that his job is not to dominate the battlefield, and in fact, you have to protect this guy as he's going to have a big target painted on his flaming back. The reason you summon him is primarily for his gather power phase ability called Undying Flame. At the end of the gather power phase, earn 1 doom if at least one faction has more doom than you. Earn 1 elder sign if at least one faction has more elder signs than you. And earn 1 power if at least one faction has more power than you. Now, how I like to think about this power is that I can totally crush 1 or 2 aspects of growth, say power and doom, knowing that Tulzscha will help me catch up with elder signs. Also, I intentionally like to have Tulzscha help me out with elder signs because they're worth more than just a simple 1 doom point, just on average. Now, what about his spellbook? Well, this one is rough. To earn his spellbook, as an action, you cause each enemy faction player to gain 2 power. In a worst case scenario, your enemies will intentionally wait until you've given them the 2 power to immediately destroy him. So make sure that when you give them power, it isn't too advantageous. The spellbook's name is called Ceremony of Annihilation. Now let's look to see if it's worth giving your enemies a possibly huge advantage like the 2 power. During the Doom phase, when you perform a ritual of annihilation, you may choose to pay nothing and instead earn power equal to the current position of the ritual of annihilation marker. Then advance the marker 1 step. You earn no extra doom points nor elder signs. Wow, this is pretty awesome. And if you can pull it off, can possibly pay to resummon a slain goo, activate some more of the expensive abilities several times, like Dreams, Groth, Dread Curse of Azathoth, or really any number of possibilities. Before committing to using this ability though, keep in mind that it can potentially shorten the game, and that power is of no use to you if the other players all decide to do rituals as well and trigger the ending. If you can hold on to this iGOO for any length of time, you're most likely going to be gaining some serious advantages. And if you aren't gaining an advantage from holding on to him, then that probably means you're winning anyways. Okay, how to get the most out of this iGOO. First, as a dancer in the court of Azathoth, how does he interact with some of the spellbooks from the Azathoth expansion? Well, there is really only one excellent combo with the Azathoth spellbooks. Though all of the neutral spellbooks are still good just like normal, that one spellbook combo is Stars Are Right. Oh my Cthulhu. This is a sick combo, and when I say sick, I mean sanity loss inducing madness. If you turn in all of your Elder Signs for Doom points and power, then each turn that you hold on to Tulzscha, you'll gain another Elder Sign, as long as other players have any remaining Elder Signs. I love this combo, because it potentially forces your enemies to turn in their Elder Signs, or yield to you continually gaining more Elder Signs. All right, what about the factions? Well, you need to keep Tulzscha safe. You know what they say, save the Tulzscha, save the world. Or in this case, destroy the world. Or actually, they probably don't say anything like that. Maybe just keep him safe and win the game. Yeah. Anyways, look for opportunities to make an impregnable stronghold or leverage the fact that your enemies will be attempting to destroy this iGOO by setting up traps. Now let's look at Black Goat. Black Goat is already about dragging its feet and trying to take as many actions as possible after everyone else. Using Ceremony of Annihilation to have a large amount of available power to work with is great. However, you all know that for me, I've never once had Groth work for me. Not even once, guys. So let's get rid of that piece of garbage and grab Stars Are Right. Dragging your feet and dominating with what will feel like an immense amount of remaining power. That's how you do it. All right, Crawling Chaos. This faction, just like all factions, would love to have Tulzscha hanging out, but Crawling Chaos does have a cool ability to keep their flaming buddies safe, Flying Polyps. Other than a slight defensive ability, you can use that extra power from COA and pay for those expensive spellbooks. Great Cthulhu time. Well, with Immortal, you do get an Elder Sign for summoning Tulzscha, and you have big bruisers to help keep him safe. I do think they're a good combo, but the real reason I think they work is because Cthulhu struggles to compete in some regards, and an iGOO whose primary job it is to help catch up can really help Cthulhu to focus. However, there isn't any one ability here that I can see that just really makes it feel awesome. Opener the Way. And you were grumpy that you couldn't compete with Elder Signs. Now, that inability to get Elder Signs makes everything worth it. With Tulzscha, you should be consistently getting Elder Signs, whether you choose to reveal them or not. And with COA giving you extra power, he obviously gives you more access to abilities that are otherwise too expensive to do, like more than occasionally at least, such as Dread Curse of Azathoth. All right, Sleeper faction time. Sleeper has few ways to get Elder Signs, so almost assuredly Undying Flame will be giving you Elder Signs each turn. The reality is, however, that you're very unlikely to be able to gain Tulzscha early on due to how difficult it is to get Tsathoggua at least before someone else snatches Tulzscha up. Cho-Cho. Combine the Cho-Cho ability to gain Elder Signs with Stars Are Right, and you should have an almost excessive amount of power. The difficulty is that you have few ways to protect your flaming buddy, but if you can get some more neutral units or otherwise distract your foes, you can be primed for a huge advantage. Windwalker. All right, let's be real for a moment. Windwalker and Tulzscha are great. You can have cheap rituals of annihilation or ones that give you large amounts of power. You can block other factions who rely on doing multiple rituals of annihilation to win because you're constantly pushing the cost of rituals up for free and actually gaining power. Combine that with using Howl as a defensive strategy, and then later on using Arctic Wind to move Tulzscha around for free, and you're really able to keep Tulzscha alive better than most other factions. Wait, where was I going with this? Okay, Windwalker and Tulzscha, fire and ice, BFFs for life. But we have to accept that getting 3 great old ones out is tough, possibly too tough. Still, if you have an opportunity to grab this iGOO, go for it. And finally, what about Yellow Sign? Be wary about abusing the COA too much, as getting 2 Elder Signs from doing Rituals of Annihilation is normally a key part of your strategy to win. But really, that extra power, when combined with Third Eye, allows a ridiculous rate of Elder Sign accrual. We're talking potentially several Elder Signs a turn, like 3 or 4 maybe. If you have that going soon enough, the game will be over before you even need to worry about protecting Tulzscha. So that's Tulzscha, a great old one that, if you can hold on to him, will significantly tilt the odds in your favor. But should you play with this unit in your game? What I would suggest is that if your group wants more conflict and more battle, adding an iGOO like Tulzscha will really create a lot of tension, encouraging battles. On the other hand, if your group prefers to play with slow buildup and few battles, Tulzscha may unbalance your group and create more conflict than you'd like. That's it. With that, we're continuing our upward climb to 1,000 subscribers. We will be doing another contest at 800 subscribers, and then another bigger one at 1,000 subscribers. So if you could, please hit that subscribe button, click that bell, so I can keep you updated for more videos. And that's it. Next week is another Independent Great Old One video. And then we're looking forward to a lot of shipments from Petersen Games, and that will unload a whole flood of new units. So, all right, with that, thanks everyone. Bye. I love you.